Last Tuesday, Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Shtayyeh asked 25,000 Palestinians who work in settlements in the occupied East Jerusalem and the West Bank to leave their jobs and go home to try to contain coronavirus in the occupied West Bank. But for many, leaving their job is not easy.
We have to work, and there is no source of income except in Israel.
We have rent, we have expenses. Also, a large percentage of people working on the Israeli side are married with children.
Israeli authorities say Palestinians with work permits who return home in the occupied West Bank daily will be allowed to stay in Israel for up to 2 months. Their employers will be responsible for finding housing. But Palestinian Prime Minister Shtayyeh says improper living conditions could spread the virus. Palestinian workers' salaries in Israel amounted to 14% of the Palestinian GDP in 2018. The jobs are mostly hard labor in construction and agriculture sectors, making them more vulnerable. It is unclear whether workers who have had to leave their jobs will be compensated by the Palestinian authorities. Analyst Raja Khalidi says it is difficult for Palestine to compensate workers.
The Palestinian Authority does not have the means right now to compensate these workers. I'm sure if it did, it would. And one of the reasons it hasn't forcibly tried to impose this ban is because it understands what you just said as the dilemma of the worker in Israel. So they've been exhorting, they've been asking, they've been encouraging. There are local committees to accommodate those workers who are continuing or who are coming back from jobs in Israel. They're not being ostracized. But that's about the best you can expect Palestine to do in these circumstances.
The Palestine Authority is calling on international aid to help these workers. But with countries dealing with their own coronavirus crisis, it is expected to fall on deaf ears. Mustafa Fatih, TRT World, occupied East Jerusalem.